You know, I really am thinking about doing this on a continuous basis.
What, being late?
No. I'm not thinking
My
of
fault.
that. On
What?
a continuous basis. Shaving. Look how
Oh, handsome.
I shaved 3 days
That's what
ago.
you normally tell me.
And I'm
Look
incredibly
how handsome.
I am.
Yeah, good one, babe.
Let's share there.
Hello, you guys. So welcome to another exciting episode. Feel it real fun for you
Yeah, that's right.
on the 11th of November, 2022.
Now get this, it's 11/11 here in Australia, so it's 11/11
Oh, it is.
on 2022.
11/11,
and it'll
22.
be 10/10 in like 7 minutes.
That's ace, because 11/11 adds up to...
4.
Yeah, it does, 22.
Imagine
So,
this.
there you go.
There you go.
She's quick.
Oh my God, Anka, Sizzle, all these
Hello,
Triple D
Anka.
kids are here.
Hello,
Tell us where you
Sizzler.
know us from.
Hello,
Just for
Shinita.
fun. Shinita.
Hello, Brian.
So tell us where you know us from. Say hello, Joe Weldon.
WTF.
And, whoa. God, I tell you what, I am on fire. Jay, nice to see you.
On fire.
Yep.
And it's your manifesting questions answered live.
That's right. You're manifesting questions answered live. What's been manifesting in you? Meanwhile.
Manifesting.
That's right.
The festering
It's
bit.
the festering.
It's the crappy bit.
Oh, I love festering.
So go to easymanifestingmethods.com.
I just spent $97 to keep that alive for another month because I've been busy.
Month.
Yeah, I had $97 a month for
Is it?
ClickFunnels. Yeah.
Oh,
By the way, that's going to
It
factor
is.
into the show, right?
right.
Because we're exposing stuff.
Exposing what's festering in
What's
your
the
life.
festering, guys? Meanwhile,
Okay, meanwhile, go to... No,
yeah, we did
I did do that. So
easymanifestingmethods.com,
join
right?
our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. Jimmy Fuller, who's going to make a guest appearance on today's show, right? Neville told him, right? Listen, Jimmy. Jimmy dicked around for 3 years. If you watched last week's show, I talked about people in the few days before last week's show. I brought up 2 people who dicked around for 3 years, right? One of them still hasn't got manifestingmasterycourse.com. That's okay, because if you can dick around with Neville for 3 years and make $2.7 million in a year,
You're wasting
right?
your time.
Exactly, but we'll continue.
Okay. And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
All right, so Victoria,
Yep.
let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
So, the first question today is from Paola in Dream Driven
I
Day.
think she says it Paula, but I don't know.
Paola in Dream Driven Day.
I'll call her Paola.
What's the difference between states, thoughts, emotions?
That's right.
Paula, Paulo, I don't know, says once I'm in state, it comes in with all emotions, good thoughts, bad thoughts. Can you explain this better? For example, the financially free state comes with all the emotions and thoughts. If I get bad thoughts in this state, how do I know when I'm in state or not?
So I went to the Aldi's this morning because I asked myself, what would Victoria like from the Aldi's? And I had some time to kill. And so I stopped at the Aldi's and I got her a mango, right? And then I found this lovely chicken. So I got a lovely chicken and a mango. Right,
Yum.
and I think I got something else. Oh yeah,
so we
I got
could
those
have
other
the
things.
chicken with the mango. But anyway,
Could,
yes.
right, absolutely.
Because it's like a curry chicken with yogurt, mango. That would be very, very yummy. But keep going.
Absolutely. So I get up to the checkout, and there's this lovely young guy there. He's got 2 sparkle earrings in, and at Aldi's, pretty much everything has a knockdown light above it. Right. So the guy looks like a walking jewelry case. So I tell him, I says, dude, you look really freaking sparkle, and so do your earrings, right? And this lady in front of me, she's cashing out. She's trying to get her shit off the belt as fast as possible.
That's what it's like at
what Aldi's
Aldi.
is like,
That's
right?
what they're known for, yes.
And she goes, American. I said, defector, right? So she had a giggle, and we're walking out. And somehow we got to, she brought up the political thing, right? And so, like, she said something to me, and I said, look, here's my thing, right? So, anybody who hasn't run a business has no right trying to run a country, right? Again, this is me, because I'm a business guy. And believe me, Paula, I'm getting to your question. Ready? Mm-hmm. So, total stranger, and by the way, she agrees with me. We have a little talk about, you get these people that, like they have got no life experience, they've had a few shitty jobs, and they decide they're going to run
Oh,
a country.
yeah, so
right?
they've got their
So,
qualification
in
from
their
the uni.
in
Is
their
that what you
infinite
mean?
Wisdom,
But yeah,
right?
got you.
So it's like, radio. But here's the thing. I've got this state. It's called, I've got a lot of states, but we'll just talk about the state of businessman. Businessman has a very successful businessman has all kinds of thoughts, emotions, feelings. One of the ways that I imagine it is I imagine clients and customers who love me, who pay what I ask for, or what I ask, and who, what do we call it? And who refer others who do the same. Right? Very simple formulas. That's what I imagine. Oh, Joe Weldon sent me, that kind of thing. Right? That tells me something. Joe loves me, loves what I do, and sends his friends. Right? So that's how I imagine that. But here's the experience of it. Talking with a total stranger at Aldi's about American politics, which I don't give a shit about. But here's my thing. If you're going to do something, you do it from experience. I love Neville because Neville talked from experience. He wasn't a fluff bunny new age unicorn guy. He was very experiential. And so when I read your question, what's the difference between emotion, or my summary of your question. So once you're in a state, you're going to have thoughts, you're going to have feelings, you're going to have reactions to the world. That's all the front, right?
Yeah.
Behind the scenes is the state that's directing your life. So even though I could give a shit about American politics, I could give a shit about Australian politics. I've got very strong views about it. It's called I'm too fucking busy. But I'm a business guy. You got it? Even when I don't give a shit about the subject, business shows up. Like people open up businesses like here in Eltham, like a storefront's got only like $10,000 a month. And it's like, oh, I'm selling chocolate chip cookies. And I go, they'll be there for 6 months. How the hell are they going to sell enough chocolate chip cookies to pay $10,000 for a store? So even if it has nothing to do,
What's going on?
it's called you're sitting on a power thing.
Oh, so yeah. Sorry, keep going, and then we'll.
I can barely hear you.
Yeah,
Fuck, I don't know what to do. Yeah.
it might be. So they did say they could hear me. Okay. So Anka says they can hear us perfect.
All right.
Someone was saying, a few people were saying they hear me better than you. So I'm thinking, is it directional or something?
Don't know.
It could be Herman's got very dusty dirty.
Don't know.
Okay.
But anyway, we'll crank it up later. So V sounds much more louder.
Yeah, so
Right,
I reckon
that's different.
turn it. Perfect.
All right. How about now?
Otherwise I yell.
All right. Tell you what, let me see. What can I do?
What is so?
All right. How about now? 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 Fixed. All right. We'll just.
Fixed.
All right. So we got a different microphone.
Where T is now louder.
All right.
Perfect.
Cool. So you guys who couldn't hear earlier, you're gonna have to read my lips, no new taxes. So.
We might be able to turn the volume up on that segment.
Well, they say it's working, so yeah, we'll segment.
Just especially for Paola.
Yes.
Paola.
So, Paola, welcome to the show. All right, so let us continue and attempt to.
Okay.
All right. We'll keep working it in.
Everyone's saying better, perfect.
All
still
right.
Perfect.
All right.
Excellent.
Who's putting up the angry
and
one?
Director Joe says, sounds good, TT.
Unbelievable.
There you go. So you've got the stamp of approval.
All right. How about a song?
Now, one thing, because I got lost in comments, sorry, and I was listening to what you were saying, but it was like I was in two places. Because every state, of course, it comes with all the emotions and thoughts, so financially free. But there's going to be bad feelings, like bad emotions there as well. It's just can I do this?
I applied to vote from home, right? Because I'm not wasting my fucking time standing in line. You get it? I'm a business guy. If I'm going to waste an hour's worth of time, I'm billing somebody for it. You got it? So this is the whole thing when it comes down to this. We've got thoughts, states, emotions. Do you think that's a positive one? I don't think it's a positive one.
No, that's the thing.
I think it's
like I'm still in state, whether it's negative or positive thoughts.
Exactly.
It can still be in the state of being financially free, but you're not. That's when you need to prune the vine.
Exactly.
Cut that out. I'm fabulous.
So the state determines everything, good, bad, indifferent. I don't care. Right? Sometimes I look at people and go, "You spent $2,000 on a logo." right? You spend 2,000. You don't even have $200 worth of business put together, right? So I'm the guy. I'll spend $2,000 to work with a consultant. Fuck the logo. By the way, how many logos do we have? None.
We don't have any.
We don't have one. I have a photo I took
And
of
it's
Neville.
Not, you did it.
Right?
It's not because I hate logos. That is just such a bullshit thing that he made up. But anyway.
Yeah, how many logos do you see on our outfit? Anyway, let us continue. By the way, we're going to keep answering this question in the most delightful ways. And thank you guys for letting us know the microphone sucked. We'll keep working on technology.
Okay.
All right.
The next question's from Shinita in Dream Driven Day.
That's right.
Worldwide impact.
What?
Maybe you can go up one more notch, the bottom one.
No, I'm not turning anything else.
Okay.
It's either working or it's not.
All right. And Shinita asks, 20, do you remember the scene you used to have with worldwide impact? I'm finding myself wanting to have an impact on people's lives, but I'm not sure what to imagine.
Ready? So I'll go back to Paula's question. So a fellow at the pool says there's no way you make a difference in the world. And I said, listen, motherfucker. Right? I'm that fucking blunt. And here's the thing.
You're that kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm that kind of guy, right? And when I tell him, you think 2.7 million podcast listens don't matter? How about 1.5 million YouTube views? Yeah, I could also tell you some other stats. The thing is, you don't believe in you. That's why you don't believe in me. I believe in you enough to call you on your shit. Because if you don't believe you can make a difference in the world, you get all that's coming right from my state.
Yes.
I'm throwing down on a guy in the pool.
Yeah.
Because he says there's no way you could make a difference. Listen, motherfucker. Right? Yeah, I'm right on him. And it's all in love. But it's not well, I'll imagine lovingly for you, because I try to keep my states and my attitudes all positive. No. See, the state of loving teacher goes, listen, you're infecting your fucking kids with this. Right? Why don't you do something with your life? You get it? It's that. Right? So your state can also come with bad thoughts. See, I don't give a shit about good, bad, right, wrong. Yeah. Right? My thing is effective. We're working on a model right now. It's quite extensive. It's pretty cool. But in you, Emmett. So there are two monkeys in you. And by the way, for those who want to try to steal this, I'm claiming this. This is mine. Right? In you there are two monkeys. One of them's emotional, one of them's logical. And the rational, logical monkey is always sorting for good, bad, right, wrong, best, worst. All this useless stuff. If we tame the monkey, it starts noticing for useful distinctions. So when people go, "Wow, you were stern with him," it's like, yeah, nobody's been stern with him. Somebody needs to be stern with him. If someone's stern with him, he might grow the fuck up. And there's the thing: am I bad for saying that? Some people don't like me because I say that. I don't care, right? Because they'll hang out with the unicorns as long as they want to hang out with the unicorns, and then I'll go, you know what? I actually need someone who actually has some grit. So get how cool this is. Everything comes from your state. Everything does. Right? And I don't monitor for good or bad. I monitor for, am I being effective or not? If I'm not being effective, all right, I'll change approach. Sometimes you got to write something down, and you turn it and you look at it and they go, wow, I got the message now, right? Because some people can't hear. They need to see something. So, shock the monkey. You got it. Jan Krista. Coolio. All right, let us keep going. We'll keep answering Paula's question and others throughout the rest of the show. Yes. And exactly. We all know how this works.
Okay.
See, I open up all these different things, and then I close them all at once. Usually about 4 shows later.
The next question's from DV via email.
This is a long one, but sorry, Victoria.
Magic, miracles, money.
This is so good. You don't got to type it all in whenever you do it.
I never type any of them in.
All right.
That's why I love editing Friday shows.
All right.
DV asks.
By the way, Paola says we're awesome.
Thank you, Paola.
Ready? We are. Yeah, we're awesome.
DV asks, I absolutely love all the work that you're up to. My life has been magic and miracles as a result of the teachings of Neville. Now, if I can just dial in the money aspect of it.
Side note, real quick. Almost everybody has an area or aspect of their life where they haven't bought the pearl. Let us continue. This is so good.
And with that, my question is, I'm wondering if you might have any insight into that for me.
Yes.
I use the formula for everything in my life. Truly, I've manifested a very magical life using the formula. Yet I still have difficulty with breaking past a particularly low income limit. I can manifest things and experiences like an absolute champ, yet not so with the money, or yet. In addition to using the formula, I have worked with and used practically modality, every clearing method, other kinds of energy work, reality transurfing, plant medicines such as
Ayahuasca.
ayahuasca, and still I can't seem to break out of the struggle I have with money. Thanks for your help and any thoughts you may have on my question.
All right, this is so good. ReadyPearlPowerPack.com, right? 21,237 emails. I actually built a filter in Gmail to go through and scan 21,000.
That money was it?
No, about the pearl.
Oh, about the pearl.
Right?
Yeah,
Emails that I've received that indicate that in some area or aspect of life, people haven't bought the pearl. And that is always where they struggle. PearlPowerPack.com. Go check that out. So here's a short one. Ready? So when you mention using all the other modalities, you use the other modalities because you don't have faith in you in this area or aspect of your life. And this is really important to notice because, whenever you go, right, I'm going to use a breathing method, I'm going to use a plant medicine, I'm going to use, the patron saint of Los Angeles, right? Yeah, whenever you look at all this stuff for cleaning and cleansing and cutting of aka cords and all this stuff, it's all indicatory that you don't have faith in you in this area or aspect of your life.
Yeah.
And that Pearl Power Pack really nails a lot of that.
She obviously does in the other areas.
Yeah, you do.
Using Neville's formula without question, not a problem.
Exactly.
And like a champ. Yeah, got you.
Yeah, and it's really important because any of us at any time can sell the pearl in any place. We pick up the rocks. So I've got a little thing that I keep saying, and the king of copyright can steal this if he wants to, right? But it's mine, right? You can be picking up rocks or pearls. The rocks are the facts of life. When you pick up a rock, you have to stone yourself. Right? You kill your dreams. The rocks being, by the way, I don't give them permission to steal this, right? But I'm just pointing it out because I watch you, right? Now here's the fun thing, right? So it'll get back to them, right? It's this funny thing where it's like, why don't you be original? See, I'm in that kind of mood. You got it? Right? so there's this thing. If you buy the pearl, you believe in you. If you believe in you, then everything works. And this is the fun thing. You really get to notice, where don't you? And then you get to just siphon through it all. It's this whole thing of like, the girls giggled, Manifesting Mastery Course Week 1. Yeah, that whole Lesson 1, Week 1. Yeah, I wish I had a short answer for you, like just do this one thing differently. And I do have a short answer for you. You get to notice how and where and when do you sell the pearl.
Yeah, I think a good one for DV might be, because it's around the money, to play the money game and see when things come up and stuff.
Oh, totally.
Like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I really am strongly suggesting Pearl Power Pack. But this whole thing with the attitude money game, that's in the Prosperity Pack, and I know you got that. That's why you dropped me a note. Play that, because whenever you get up to, I swear to God, when I got up to about $10,000 that I was carrying every day, and I'm not bragging, that's when I started having meltdowns. It's like, what if I lost it? What's she going to think? Wow, what's she going to think? She doesn't even know. Right? Why didn't I tell her? Yeah, you get it. It's these crazy things that you got in here. So first I'm afraid of what she'll think. Then I realize that she doesn't even know I'm carrying $10,000. So
Till I see it dripping and falling out of
yeah, it's falling out of my pockets, right? But you get to have fun with noticing, where are you crazy? And when you start to notice, this is where I'm crazy. This is where that's when the fun actually begins. So let us continue. And again, my strong suggestion, pearlpowerpack.com.
Cool.
And again, the tough thing about a show or a podcast is, heck, I got 5 minutes for a question. And we dove into the Pearl for, I don't know, an hour and a half, 3 times, 5 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. There's 5 hours of exploring there. And that all happened because, again, businessman, I have no interest in voting because that's taking time off my table. And so what we did is we did the first Pearl call the day I was supposed to go vote. Right? It's like, we're going to give you a $200 fine if you don't go vote. And I go, wow, how can I make more money than that? Right? Sharing the truth about why I don't want to vote. Sharing the truth because I don't give a shit. These political people get all worked up. And you guys in the U.S., you just had your midterm election, right? There are people out there that are going to go, well, I'll put off manifestingmasterycourse.com until the next election, whenever the other people get into office. It's crazy, right? Wait till you hear about what I bought. Go ahead, Victoria.
What you bought?
Yes.
You bought something that you haven't told me about yet.
See, no. but get this. This is the crazy shit. Right? Because, and here's the thing, right?
Oh,
well,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'd buy manifestingmasterycourse.com, but I'm afraid of what she'll think, so I'll sneak behind her back, but I shouldn't sneak behind her back, because then she won't trust me once I get caught. And it's all this stuff of like, she's probably praying, will he do something different? Right? So.
And he has with his latest purchase.
Oh, this is going to be so much fun. Wait till you guys see it.
I know.
It'll be here next Friday.
Excellent. So that was for DV. Thank you very much for the question.
Stick around, DV. We'll keep answering your question and the other ones more as we continue. Okay. All right.
The next question is from Dream Driven Day. Jessie, grief and Dream Driven Day. And Jessie asks, do I have to take time to grieve, or am I slowing things down and turning back by allowing all of these feelings to keep me stuck in a state of grieving?
Radio. So I'm going to say grieving isn't a state. Grieving is a symptom of a state. Try that on. See, there's a lot of stuff people think. Thoughts are states, emotions are states, reactions are state. Those all come from your state. And so when you mention grieving, there he is. Jesse has just joined the show. We're doing your question. Right. So this whole thing about grieving, I'm going to say grieving is not a state. Grieving is an experience. Grieving is an experience that comes from a state. Now,
it's an emotion, really, isn't it? Grieving?
An ocean?
An emotion.
Exactly. Like so it'll come, it'll go. The thing is, so a lot of people, they use happy as their excuse not to do anything. So they'll go, wow, happy. Right? Jesse says, I just missed it, but the replay is definitely happening. No, you're live right now. Yeah. Love you, buddy. So then he's going, wow, how are they talking to me through the replay? Right? So some people use happy as a way to procrastinate. By the way, the procrastination pack is probably coming out this weekend, right? So, because, well, I'm happy playing video games. Well, you're not fucking doing anything, right? Here's the fun thing. People use any emotion, right, as a way to procrastinate. And when I say procrastinate, I don't mean it the way most people do. Right? The whole thing is when your identity lines up with, in a very particular way. I'll be writing some ad copy on this. But if you got to grieve, you grieve. But at the same time, give life to your desires, your dreams, because a lot of people, they'll just chase happy, or they'll try to avoid grief, or they'll dive into grief or something. You're here for the variety pack, and that's the really, really cool thing.
Yeah, the variety. That's nice.
So I mean, when you got to shed a tear, you shed a tear.
Yeah.
But notice, what are you putting off by shedding too many tears? What are you putting off? I'm not saying you with the video game thing, or even with this, but it's like, if you're putting something off. You sort of said that. That's why I can say this. This whole thing of like, yeah, man, like I'm just happy playing video games all day. Right? How the fuck is that even possible? It's like some people eat Cheetos all day. It's like a Cheeto or two might be fun, but it's like I want the cheese. Right? Valerie says, this is good. Grieve at the same time, give life to your desires. Absolutely. Like, my grandma died after I moved here. Right? Did I shed a tear? Absolutely. Did I feel bad I didn't get to go see her? Of course. But at the same time, I'm building a business. Right?
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
I must have known then.
Yeah.
You were. I don't remember.
Yeah, you were working at the time. So I probably just told you my grandma died past the mustard or something. You were having taters.
Okay, see ya. Yeah, got ya.
Now, one more. So I live from this state, this experience that has me know we don't die. The physical body dies. I'll never see Grandma in a physical body again this lifetime, right? Unless she goes back in another one, yay, right? Yeah, but here's the cool thing: we don't die. I still keep in touch with her, right? That's what's cool. So it's like, do you have a regret that you didn't say anything? Fucking say it, right? At the center of it all, there's one I am imagining, and you don't got to limit anything based on what's happened physically. So I'm glad you asked this, because again, it goes back to Paula's question again, way in the beginning, and just trickling the whole way down.
Yeah.
What's the impact you want to have on the world? So Uncle asks, how in your imagination? Yeah, exactly. Here's what's really cool. No matter what, you're speaking to someone in and through consciousness. She's physically here, right? But at the same time, the words matter, but the words aren't causing anything. It's sort of like our win the other day with Siggy, right? Like we're having a conversation, Siggy's having an inner conversation. They all come together, right? Siggy gets a client, we get him its ass shaved. So, boom. Yep. Yeah, this is the whole really cool thing. I'm going to dive into cortisol for a second. You experience cortisol when you identify with your physical body. You have a physical body. But anytime you go, I am the physical body, or Dad was the physical body, or something like that, then you get cortisol. With cortisol, you're going to have emotions like grief and all that stuff show up. But what happens whenever when you remember, when you actually experience, you're the spark behind the eyes. So are they. Grandma's spark just doesn't animate that meat suit anymore. Doesn't mean Grandma isn't. And so you get to, again, explore that. So, let us continue, Victoria. Thanks, Jesse.
Excellent. Thanks, Jesse, for your question.
And 20 for your answer.
And 20 for your answer.
I'm just the best answerer.
Cool. The next question's from Jem on Facebook. Would manifesting mastery help me?
Probably not.
And Jem asks, could you please give me some more info on your course? I don't enjoy visualising. Could it still benefit me? The scene just doesn't seem clear, and I can't hold my concentration on it.
Alrighty, so this is really good, because I'm going to be honest. I don't see that well up here. I'm like a blind man. Right? I see what I need to see. I know. By the way, if you know the difference between milk and water, and the fact that I'm not your grandma, right? You see perfectly well in consciousness, right? Because there's a part of you that can see Grandma while you're looking at me and go, yeah, he is my grandma, right? Like, wow, wouldn't that be freaky, right? So here's what's really cool. So would manifesting mastery help you? I would say absolutely. Here's the other thing. Ready? It's $97, 90-day program, 60-day guarantee, right? If you're taking it and you haven't done dick with it in 59 days, like, let me know. I'll give you your money back. We'll part as friends, right? I have no problem with that whatsoever. But do not take it because there's a guarantee.
Yeah, I was just
right? Here's the other side of the coin. If somebody says to me, hey, the guarantee, I usually tell them, don't take the course. No. You're already imagining shit.
Yeah.
Right? Now, here's the cool thing. I don't enjoy visualizing. Could it still benefit me? I don't like visualizing either. I like surrendering to things. And Neville Goddard taught this is an act of surrender, not an act of will. And so what a lot of people do is they try to force themselves to see a movie, and then they, then they force themselves to hear something or say something with conviction and all this stuff. And it's a mess. That is not what we do. Brian, doctor of verbs and adjectives, says it only works if you do it. Absolutely.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, that's the big key. Right. So here's the cool thing. You don't need to visualize. All you have to do is surrender to an imaginal experience that implies your wish is fulfilled. One of the ones that I'm a massive fan of is the feeling of accomplished and satisfied. You know what I'm going to feel when I'm done with this show? Accomplished and satisfied. You know what I feel at the end of every question? Accomplished and satisfied. Even if it's not 100% clear, and I go, wow, I could have done that a little differently or better. It's like, all right, no biggie, right? I'll revise and keep rolling. Look at our early work. It's pretty primitive compared to this, right? Yeah. So would manifesting mastery help me? Here's the thing. If you got 10 minutes a day and $1 a day, I will say go for it. right? Because it'll help you get all the things that most people are teaching wrong. Like this has nothing to do with visualization, but odds are you're going to experience something. A scene is how you experience what you experience. Some people experience the sound of my voice as something soothing and fun. Some people got an ex-wife, doesn't. Yeah. Anyway, I got a lovely ex-wife too, but that's another story. So let us continue.
Okay, so that was for Jem on Facebook. Thanks very much for your question.
Hey, Jem, one quick question, right? You ever hear music, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, right? And then you go, oh my God, I got to play that.
Yeah.
Right? That's what happens. That's my life. Right? I'll be walking out to the car and I'll be in here going, Mama, I killed a man. And it's like, oh my God, I can't wait to get in the car and say, yeah, Siri, play. Mama, I killed a man. Right? Boom. So, yeah, Joe says, I'm thinking it might be time to get a second mic. Yeah, we can't do two mics. I don't know what the fuck's going on. All we can do is all we can do. So, all right, let's continue.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Jem, for your question. And the last question today is from Joey in Dream Driven Day. How can I stay in state? And Joey asks, how do I stay in a state and be less reactive?
Cool. Let's talk about how real this is, right? So you can watch me, lose. See, when I pay attention to the comments, I can hear it, I can't hear it, and so on. You'll notice I react, right? You will have reactions, right? The limo driver has to react to what's going on in the limo and outside of the limo. The thing is, we keep returning to who gives the directions. And this is the cool thing. If you watch this show, there have been, how many times do you think I've lost it on today's show? I have a few, right?
I can't wait for it to end so I can ask him, who was that person? Sorry.
So how many times did I lose it on today's show? How many times did I find it? There's the big key, right? This is why I honest to God believe we're the most real people in the law of attraction thing you do out there. Because instead of going theoretical, I'll go actual. Watch me lose it. Watch me surrender back to the state of loving teacher. Watch me go, fuck, man, there's nothing I can fucking do about this. Okay, let me try something. It would be good for two mics, but there's no way to connect up two mics to the iPad thing. It's a fascinating adventure. When you get it, I can lose it, I can find it. I can lose it, I can find it. I can lose it, I can find it. And that's the good thing, because otherwise I have to maintain my status as whatever, for 7 years, 8 years, 9 years. Neville says the state that you most commonly return to is your dwelling place. Watch me lose it. Watch me find it. Watch me. Oh, fuck, man. It frustrates me when things aren't perfect. And at the same time, I get to go, righty-o. Right? You notice how this all works out perfectly to answer Joe's question at the end. Right? That was a Joe? That was Joe.
Joey.
Joey asked the question, right? So get how cool this is. Right? Joe Weldon says you might need two mics. Cool. Right? I can't. Right? It frustrates me that this is the thing, right? And this is what's so cool about it all. So it's just on the directional setting. Right now it's on Uni, so I don't know what the fuck's going on. So here's the thing. I can lose it, I can find it. I can get lost in a comment, I can come back to the teaching. And that's the thing. As long as you keep coming back, because you're going to fall out of your state. You're going to have a reaction, fall out of your state, because it just happens. And then you get to go, right, let me go back in. Ashley says, weird. Yeah, I got it. I might try a different Blue Yeti next week.
We've got a few Blue Yetis.
Yeah, we've got a few.
Yeah.
So, cool.
Yeah.
But cool. Thank you, Joe Weldon, and thank you, Joey. Right? How cool is this? So, Victoria.
Okay, so that was for Joey. Yes, thank you very much for your question.
Anka says it sounds great there. Maybe it sucks in New Jersey. So you get that's an ambiguity? Yeah.
It sucks in New Jersey.
yeah. Not the sound. Yeah. It was a scope ambiguity.
Right.
And maybe it sucks in New Jersey. Right? What do you mean, TT? Love you, Joe. Meanwhile,
Okay.
ready?
All right. So what we want to know is tell us what was your hashtag strawberry X, and mine is how you're able to just, yeah, right now, this is all we can do. This is what I can give. And just how you're able to not let that destroy the show, like or whatever. Like, oh, we've got to go, guys. Then it's not working, and so yeah, that for me is the hashtag strawberry bit. Just keep. It's not keep going. I don't know. It's ace.
Keep
So,
returning to your state. By the way,
yes.
I watch her in the garden. She's doing this. We were just talking about this yesterday, I believe. Or maybe this morning, so long ago, right? About how much faster she re-enters. Because you can get lost in the 60s, yeah, and then you re-enter. And that's the whole thing. So, and like Joe Weldon says, good food in New Jersey. I hear you, pal. Someday,
Yeah.
I'll get over there on a private jet, because I don't sit well, right? I really don't. So I need to be able to walk around and shit. But yeah, I land, we go to Carbone's and Carmine's, same day.
Yeah.
Ooh, and the Bing.
Oh, you guys can go.
You got to see the Bing.
Oh,
it's,
right.
it's the Bing, for God's sake.
I just wish he was still alive. I love that.
Oh, he was
guy.
great. Absolutely. Did I tell my strawberry bit?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So what was yours?
I'm going to go back to Jimmy Fuller, because I sent out that email this morning, and that's
Oh, you said he'd
showing
be
up
on the
sometime.
show.
Yeah,
because
so
he's the change the colour of my skin.
yeah,
Guy.
so Jimmy Fuller, right? He blamed the color of his skin for 3 years after him and Neville had a talking to. I mean, could you imagine that? People go, if I could only ask Neville something, or you could ask me, but you're not Neville. Well, fuck you, right? Yeah, but Neville and Jimmy had a talk, and Tony Doyle. Welcome to the show. And Jimmy dicked around for 3 years, still blaming the color of his skin, the accident of birth. Imagine that, right? And at the end of the day, when he surrendered and he actually owned the pearl, and this is the thing most people miss about the Jimmy Fuller story, Jimmy had to buy the pearl. And when he bought the pearl, in 1 year, his net was $250,000. So now here's the thing. Ready? That's in money that was before 1953. Neville gave that lecture in 1953. So I looked it up. So I went, $250,000 in 1953 monies is how much today? Like $2.7 million. Right? When he stopped trying to change the color of his skin because it didn't matter, whenever he got it's buying the pearl, because he was buying into the whole thing of like, well, it's because I'm black and this society, and how many ways can you stone yourself? Versus he decided, you know what? No. Right? I'm imagining the wealth, the riches. What would imply that? 2.7 million in a year net profit. Right? In today's dollars. Right? To me, wow. So Jimmy fucked around for 3 years before diving in, but once he dove in, there we go. Now we're talking. That's my strawberry bit.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what wound me up this morning. Hoo-ha. Zara, stop stoning yourself. That's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was our hashtag strawberry bits.
That's
Sorry,
right.
Did you want to say something else?
I love you, Victoria.
I love you, babe.
She's going, I'm glad you're going to the pool. That's right.
I'm going to Bunnings. That's like your Lowe's over there. Is that right?
Bunnings is like Lowe's, yes. Yeah, if
So
you
I was
actually
right.
look at the Bunnings sign, it has Lowe's built into it. I swear to God, she kept taking me to Bunnings, and it's like, what is Bunnings in the U.S.? What is Bunnings in the U.S.? And I kept staring at the sign, and on the sign they have lowest prices ever, right? And the lowest is in the Lowe's font. It's like, oh, it's Lowe's. They stuck it in there, those little cheeky bastards. Littlecheekybastards.com.
So, type in your hashtag strawberry bits. Go to easymanifestingmethods.com.
That is right.
Hi,
Yeah.
Kate. We're just finding
By
out.
the way, I'm going to mention this thing with ClickFunnels real quick. Ready? Because this whole thing of imagining what implies. I can remember being the guy, because basically I went onto a monthly plan with ClickFunnels to keep one thing alive, and it's Easy Manifesting Methods, right? I'm halfway through porting it over, and here's the thing. Just moving it over.
Whatever,
right?
yeah, got you.
It works. It cost me $97 a month. When I've ported it over to the other thing, it's built into something else I got going on. But my thing is, if I'm going to take 3 hours or so to port that over and make it look the way I want it to look, I'm going to do it on my time. But right now I'm on fire for about 4 other projects. So my energy goes right into them because those projects, and this has to go back to the whole successful with money thing, financial freedom thing with Paul at the beginning. My brain goes, if I take 4 hours, right, I can generate thousands of dollars worth of income from that. Or I can take 4 hours and save $97.
Yeah. Got ya.
Right? So we have to close that loop.
Very good.
All right, loop closed. Have a lovely day.
Well, no, join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
That's right. Be like Jimmy Fuller.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
That is the rightness.
And we'll have some plays with this Blue Yeti.
Well,
and
I'm
other Blue
thinking,
Yeti.
I'm thinking they changed something in the software because this worked excellently a while back, and now it doesn't work apparently all the time for everyone, depending upon where they're at or how they're listening.
The New Jersey people.
Yeah. So you New Jersey people, you need to update your stuff. Love you guys. All right, here we go.
For refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com. Love you guys. Have a great day night. We'll catch you next week.
That's right. Hey, there's a live call tomorrow. I sent out an email. I think I've got 2 spots left. Okay, I'm going to send out an email probably right now. Right? So if you want in on that, yeah, Coral says the sound was low. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Right? Yeah, at the end of the day, yeah. See, I can do this, and then we have to go like this.
Hiya.
And then we can do this, and it's just like rough. What time's the call? I sent you the details on that. So, yeah, I don't know offhand. But check your emails, or email me if you want an invite, right? Because are you guys actually checking the emails I send out?
No, I haven't got time.
All right. See ya. Love ya.